At least at some point in everyone's life, you have received a letter. It could be a good letter, could be a surprising letter. It could be at least there's a letter you've ever received in life. But today there is a letter from a hospital bed. A friend receives a letter from a hospital bed. And this is the letter. Shihoma sat by the hospital bed holding the hand of his childhood friend Chadota. These two had once been inseparable. They were friends, those people we call friends, from the childhood friendship. There's a lot they did together: swimming, playing on the dusty streets, climbing trees. I mean, these people were once inseparable. But as usual, life took them on different paths. So apart from them being inseparable in childhood, life takes them on a different path in their adulthood. Chadota had built a successful career. He's always chasing deadlines, skipping meals, depending on, fast foods like sodas, energy drinks, chips, breads, anything that is available, anything that is convenient. He would say things like, Shihoma one. I have no time for home-cooked meals. I have no time for walks. But one day when I will retire, because I'm so ambitious, I want to retire young, I want to retire rich. Very soon when I'll retire, I'll have rest. I'll have these things. He could joke. I'll have the home-cooked stuffs. But for now, I'm busy. He would joke around. That was Chadota. But now, at age 38, he's lying in a hospital bed, hooked up on machines. His heart is really weakened. His body is tired. The diagnosis: severe heart disease, hypertension, and diabetes. Tears are rolling down his eyes. Whispering to Shihoma, he says, "Brother, I thought I was living, but indeed I was slowly, unknowingly dying. I wish I could go back and choose differently, not just for me, but for my beloved wife and children." Those are your most important people in life. For a man or for a woman, your family, wife, children, husband, children. So Chadota is crying that, I wish I could go back and choose again to live better. He's regretting that this is death. Shihoma squeezing his hand, he says, Chadota, it is not too late. You can choose to live better. But most importantly, others need to hear this story. This short letter from the hospital bed brings us to our topic of the day. The topic of the day here is, what is a lifestyle disease? A lifestyle disease is a condition that mainly develops because of the way a person chooses to live. Their daily habits, like eating habits, resting habits, exercising, stress control, these choices will result into what we call a condition. And this condition is what most people will tell you is a lifestyle disease. Remember, a lifestyle disease is never caused by a bacteria, a virus, or an accident. It is something that usually builds up over time due to long-term unhealthy pattern you are partaking every day. Lifestyle diseases are leading causes of death and disability, not in Kenya alone, not in Africa alone, but worldwide. Out of every 10 deaths, 7 out of 10 was caused by a lifestyle condition. If it was never caused by a bacteria, a virus, or an accident, then don't call that a disease. It is just a poor choice you made sometimes back. And so what you are experiencing is, the results of the poor choices you took or you made sometimes back. If it wasn't caused by a virus, it wasn't caused by a bacteria, it wasn't caused by an accident, then don't go ahead and say I'm sick or I'm having a disease. No, that is just a condition. It means there is a probability or there is a possibility you can reverse this back to normal. That's the only good news I have for you today. You can reverse that into back to normal, because it is not a virus, it is not a bacteria, it is not accident. It is just a choice you made. So you can change your choices starting today and start living a better, healthier life. So our discussion leads us to examples of most common lifestyle diseases. What are the examples? What examples of lifestyle diseases do we have? Number one on my list is obesity. And most people have heard about it. At least everybody has heard about obesity. But what is obesity? Obesity is just abnormal or excessive fat accumulation that presents the risk of health, especially heart health. Number two example of lifestyle disease is type 2 diabetes. Type 2 diabetes is when your body develops insulin resistance and doesn't use insulin properly. This results into high blood sugar levels in the body because the glucose can't get into the cells for energy. This is what is commonly known as ugonjwa wa sukari. Hypertension is example number 3 of our lifestyle disease. This is when the pressure in your blood vessels is too high. It's also known as high blood pressure. So somebody will tell you, my pressure yangu imepanda. That is it. That's what they are referring to. Niko na pressure yangu imepanda. That is what they are referring to. So example number 4 is heart disease. Heart disease. These are conditions that affect heart or blood vessels. When your blood vessels are affected or when your heart is affected, that's what we call a heart disease. Blood can't flow well into your system. Maybe it has been blocked or maybe it is doing it abnormally. That's what we call a heart disease. Number 5 is digestive issues. Somebody will tell you, I have ulcers, I have gas. When I can't eat this, if I eat this will happen. So those are just digestive issues you have with your body or with your system. And then the last example I'm having on my list is mental health disorders. Mental health disorders. These are a wide range of conditions that affect mood, thinking, and behavior. These are a wide range of health disorders or health conditions that affect your mood. Somebody wakes up moody. People can't remember things properly. Their memory is too low. People behave differently. This is just mental health conditions. It's not a disease, it is a condition. So, from our letter from the hospital bed, we learned that You saw Chadota was like, man, if I had another chance to choose, I would choose properly. Meaning, he is suffering from what he could have avoided, from the choices he could have chose otherwise. Instead of doing junk food, he could have done better. Instead of overworking, meeting deadlines, he could have had enough rest. Look at him now on a hospital bed, hooked up on machines just because of things he could have avoided. And this is what like 70% of the population in the world right now is going through. Lifestyle conditions that they call diseases when they are not diseases. How can you call obesity a disease? It isn't a disease, it's just a condition. The way you chose to live. How can you call type 2 diabetes a disease? It isn't a disease, it is just a condition. In this channel, I'm here as your coach to help you learn how to maneuver around these conditions. Choose otherwise conditions. Choose better conditions so that you avoid living with lifestyle disease. Remember, it is something that is affecting at least every family in the world. At least every family is affected by a lifestyle condition, a lifestyle disease. It is high time we take this seriously. Coach Malwa is my name, and if you haven't subscribed, please, this is the right time for you to press that subscription button, to share this video, to like this video, so that we keep learning and understanding what is this thing that is killing us when we could have avoided it. What is this wrong choice you are making when you could have made a right choice? Thank you very much for watching. Coach Malwa is my name. See you at your best, healthiest condition.